when you speak of principles like we have shared, like principles are the bedrock of success. They are the cornerstone of achievement. They're the pillars to which great people have built empires. They have been the pathways for people to attain, to achieve, to pursue, and to reach that destination to accomplish their purpose. We talked about the third principle in the previous clip, and today I want to still talk about another principle that I believe is very ethical and divine to help you both attain your purpose, to achieve your destiny, and of course, to progressively know how to tackle your assignments, which will lead to the fulfillment of your purpose. And this principle is one of the principles that I've learned in life, in my academic pursuits, in my university days, in my high school days, and also in my career as a lecturer and as a professor. It's one of the principles that anybody applies in life, but sometimes we don't know how to balance the different assets of that principle. It's called the DIPP principle. DIPP principle. Like I said, principles are the cornerstone. These are things that God reveals to us. These are things that God shows us in our pursuit of knowledge, in our pursuit of wisdom, and also in our pursuit of understanding. Remember in Proverbs 4:7, when the Bible says that get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. And one of the key principles, or one of the 9 pillars of wisdom, is principles, laws, systems, and strategies. But now we are talking about principles. And today we are looking at the DIPP principle. DIPP principle. What does D stand for? D stands for daily. What does I stand for? I stands for intense. Daily intense. P stands for progressive. And their last P stands for pursuit. Daily, intense, progressive pursuit. Let me try to give more exposition to this principle. What does it mean when we speak about daily, intense, progressive pursuit? What are you going to do daily, intensely, progressively, and a pursuit for you? Like, remember, when we speak about destiny, destiny is arranged within years, months, days, and times and seasons. And every single day of your life and of your pursuit to your purpose, to your destiny, you need to understand, how am I going to strategically and innovatively, progressively arrange my day within what I'm going to do? What kind of energy am I going to press towards my destiny? What kind of things am I going to do? And this is what we call the daily, intense, progressive pursuit principle. Let me tell you one thing. If you are called as an entrepreneur, what you are going to do daily is going to influence the end goal of your journey. If you are called as a professor, as a lecturer, what you are going to do daily is going to influence the end of your pursuit. If you're a parent, if you're married, if you're a spouse, if you're a leader, if you're a pastor, what you are going to do daily is going to influence your pursuit. I always tell people that purpose is not one day where something bursts out and you know this is my purpose, but purpose is daily. So that's where the DIPP principle comes in. Daily, intense, progressive pursuit. Now, I believe in life, we all have a gust of audacity. We have a certain energy that propels us, that calibrates us to do something. Now, when you are achieving something, when you are training for a marathon, when you are training for a competition, when you are training for purpose, you need to understand what kind of energy are you going to utilize in that pursuit. It has to be an intense energy, an intense force, an intense imagination, an intense intentionality every single day. When you wake up every day of your life, have that intense of purpose every day. There should never be a day of your life where you feel down, where you feel negative, where you feel broken, but have that intensity to pursue what you are called to pursue. And then the next thing is progressive. So if you are pursuing something, one of the things you are going to ask yourself, am I on a straight line, or am I achieving life like this? And this is how it's supposed to be. When you are pursuing something, there has to be a progressive pursuit. That's why we call it daily, intense, progressive pursuit. If you are somebody who is an engineer, how are you progressively achieving in your skills? If you're a footballer, how are you enhancing your skills? If you're an accountant, are you going on a straight line? Or you are progressively elevating your pursuit to become better every day? If you are an orator, if you're a speaker, how is the articulation of your mastery? Do you progressively, elaborate your vocabulary? Do you become better? If you are an entrepreneur, if you're a business person, are you taking over nations? Are you taking over, districts? Are you taking over provinces? Or you are particularly stuck to one thing? So you need to understand there has to be a progressive pursuit to your purpose. Every single day, ask yourself, if yesterday you had 10,000 US dollars in your account, ask yourself, today, has another 1,000 added to this? That's what we call daily intense progressive pursuit. There should never be a day in your life where we find you where we left you. If I meet you tomorrow, you should be a better person. If I meet you tomorrow, you should be a better leader. Why? Because you have to progressively become better every single day and pursuit. Now, the progressiveness should not just lead to anywhere. The progressiveness should lead to your pursuit in life. There are some people, they wake up every day, they work very hard with an intense energy. They are progressive in what they're doing, but they're heading towards a wrong purpose. I mean, you work hard and you get millions of dollars, millions of shillings, millions of rands, millions of any currency, wherever you are watching from or your best, but you realize it's not leading to your purpose. That's why some people can work very hard and they spend it wrong. Some people can achieve well and they reach that climax of influence or dominion or impact and they blow it. Why? Because they didn't realize that their daily activities, done with an intense force of energy, imagination and pursuit, progressively to achieve, it has to lead to a certain destination. So the DIPP principle states that do everything daily with an intense energy of focus towards your purpose. Progressively, don't be in the same place like we found yesterday, but make sure you don't just end anywhere, you end